On this week's episode of the Hanford Insider, Rob will give us a quick community news update, then we'll have a chance to recognize some great pastors in our community for Pastor Appreciation Month. And I'll be back with your sports report. This is the Hanford Insider for Monday, October 21st.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Hanford Insider. I'm your host, Rob Bentley. Thanks for listening. In community news, the Hanford Department of Parks and Community Services has announced that the haunted house at the old Kings County Courthouse has been canceled due to some complications at the building. The Pumpkin Bash is still on for this Friday and Saturday night in the Civic Park, though. I'd also like to take this opportunity to express my condolences to Mayor Travis Payden and his family on the loss of his father, Tom. Our prayers are with you during this difficult time. Here's some things coming up on our community calendar. At the Thursday Night Marketplace this week, it's National Food Day with entertainment by fan favorite August. The Carnegie Museum of Kings County is holding a paint night on Friday, October 25th. Visit carnegiemuseumofkingscounty.org for information. The Sierra Pacific High School Band Boosters will be holding a shredding event at the district office on Lacey Boulevard on Saturday, October 26th from 9 to 1. Kings County's Asian Experiences at the Carnegie Museum of Kings County is open each Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 1 to 5. Part 2 showcases local Asian communities in the years following World War II. Specific displays focus on the histories, cultures, and traditions of the Japanese, Chinese, Filipino, and Hmong in the area. As part of the exhibition, there will be a Filipino presentation and dance on November 3rd at noon. For tickets and more information, visit carnegiemuseumofkingscounty.org. The Children's Storybook Garden Museum is holding a bunko event on Saturday, October 26th at 10 a.m. Visit Children's Storybook Garden for more information. And while you're in the neighborhood that day, stop by the Hanford Branch Library Fall Book Sale from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Remington is inviting all first responders to stop by for lunch on Monday, October 28th from 11 to 1 in recognition of National First Responders Appreciation Day. The Kings Players are proud to announce that their next production, The Education of Angels, is scheduled to open on November 1st. For more information, visit their website at kingsplayers.org. If you have an event coming up and you'd like some help getting the word out, let's work together. Send your information to hanfordinsider@gmail.com. Be sure to subscribe to my weekly newsletter to get a complete calendar of events. This month, we take the time to express our deep gratitude for the incredible pastors who dedicate their lives to leading, serving, and shepherding their congregations. Pastors are not just spiritual leaders, they're mentors, counselors, prayer warriors, and often unsung heroes in our community. The work that they do often goes beyond Sunday sermons, from visiting the sick and comforting those who are grieving, to being a steady presence in times of uncertainty. Pastors invest their hearts, time, and energy into building the spiritual health of their congregations. It's a calling that requires sacrifice, faith, and unshakable commitment to God's purpose. Today we celebrate and thank these spiritual leaders for their relentless service, for their prayers, and the countless ways they've impacted the lives of those who they serve. If you're listening today, we encourage you to take this time this month to show appreciation to your pastor, whether through a kind word, a prayer, or a note of encouragement. It can mean more than you know. Thank you to all the pastors who answer the call with love, humility, and grace. We honor and appreciate you not just this month, but every day of the year. To kick things off, I'd like to give a shout out to Pastor Gene and Pastor Gino at Calvary Chapel in Hanford. I've only been attending about a year, but I'm moved by their messages and compassion. I'd also like to give a special shout out to Pastor Gary Nealon, former pastor of Hanford First Baptist Church. He's been a great friend, neighbor, and pastor to my family. Plus, he's a fan of the show. Here's what some of my listeners had to say about their pastors.
October is Pastor Appreciation Month, and here in the Valley, we are so lucky to to have some great pastors in our community. And not only do they minister at their own churches, but they minister community-wide. And I just wanted to give a shout out to those that have affected my life or encouraged me along the way. David Dack and Frank Caudell, Chris Correa and Marcus Zellis, and my own pastor, Ricky Hemme, who has just done a great thing in bringing great teaching and leadership to South Valley, for Peter Anderson over at First Baptist Hanford, for his great teaching and leadership at his church. Thank you all for all you do. We appreciate you and are so grateful to God for all you do for us.
Hey, Central Valley, Thomas Curtis here. Hey, thank you for the Hanford Insider for pushing out and just letting us know that it is Pastor Appreciation Month. Through my life, I've had a lot of amazing people really pour into me and just really help shape my life. John Eckert was one of the people from high school bringing me to the church I'm at now. So thank you to John. Dave Dack in Lemoore, great man, always helped with our community events. Frank Caudell has been just a rock in his preaching and his ginormous hands, and just a great Dallas fan, even though we're having a crazy year. So that's awesome. Peter Anderson in Hanford First Baptist. He's come in a few years ago and really helped shape a lot of what's gone on over there. Marcus Zellis, went to high school with him, just seen him develop and just return to a great father, a great pastor, just such an amazing man. Chris Correa, just been our worship pastor at our church. Gotten very close to him, just an amazing, amazing man of God. Thank you. Also, Jonathan Mondragon and his creativity and just ways to bring in people are amazing. And Ricky Hemme, great friend. You make pastoring just look cool, man. Just thank you so much for your heart and your love, your dedication to the Lord and the community and your family.
And now it's time for Hanford Insider Sports with Eric Bentley.
It was another week and another blowout win for Hanford High as they took down Tulare Western 42-7 on Thursday. The Bullpups had things clicking on both sides of the ball, leading 28-7 at the half and adding 2 third-quarter touchdowns to finish the scoring before the running clock ticked away in the fourth. Quarterback Daniel Gomez led the way for the Hanford offense, finishing with 4 passing touchdowns and adding another one on the ground. The defense backed him up, forcing an interception and a fumble while turning the Mustangs over on downs 4 times. The Bullpups moved to a perfect 8-0 on the season and will host Mission Oak on Thursday for senior night at Neighbor Bowl. Sierra Pacific played host to Selma last week, but it was the Selma Bears getting the better of the Golden Bears in a close one, 22-14. Sierra Pacific hosts Kerman on Saturday. And Hanford West was able to get on the scoreboard last week, but eventually fell to Exeter. They'll host Emmanuel on Friday. As always, we'd like to cover as many local sports as possible, so if you have a score report or a story idea, make sure to email hanfordinsider@gmail.com. I'm Eric Bentley, and this has been your Hanford Insider Sports Report.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week's show. Join me next week when I have the opportunity to sit down with Kings County Library Director Vicky Cervantes. If you enjoyed this podcast and you'd like to show your support, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Hanford Insider to make a donation. If you'd like to join the Hanford Insider email list, stop by my website at hanfordinsider.com to sign up for updates. You'll also get an exclusive copy of my newsletter in your inbox each week. You can also send me feedback by voicemail through the website by clicking on the microphone icon. I'd love to hear from you. Your comments may even be shared on the show. I need your help getting the word out about the show too. You can do it by liking and sharing on social media or just telling a friend. For more information about the show, you can find this podcast on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, X, and YouTube at Hanford Insider. If you have a show idea, be sure to email me at hanfordinsider@gmail.com and I'll look into it. Thanks for listening. Have a great week.